Paige Bueckers. Let's get right here. Bueckers becomes Gatorade's first NCAA athlete partner. UCONN star Paige Bueckers has signed a multi-year name, image, likeness endorsement deal with Gatorade. She's expected to be featured in national campaigns and community activations throughout the Huskies' current season. So, listen, now you guys know why they were so adamant about delaying the polls. Okay? Right? Now you understand why Muffet McGraw said what she said. Paige, I told you guys, is the face not only of women's basketball, as I said before, women's collegiate basketball. She's the face of NCAA basketball because not even a man got this before she did. And UConn just didn't hold up their end of the deal. They were supposed to beat South Carolina, be the number one ranked team, and then you do this rollout with Paige and Gatorade. Okay, so this is, listen, she's up there with MJ now, and the big time name ones, Trevor, and you name it. I think Tom Brady is with Gatorade, if I'm not mistaken. So I think Pat Mahomes is with Gatorade. So, like, she's with the big ones now. And, yeah, so she is the face. She is the face of collegiate basketball, period. Right? Yeah. Now, you could say, let's make this about race. Okay, well, what black female athlete should get this over her? I'm just speaking about in basketball, right? Because we know, even though the NCAA volleyball tournament is up and running, I believe. Listen, no one really knows those women or the women who play softball. So the women who stand out is in basketball. And when we look at basketball, who do you have? Like, you're not going to do Aaliyah Boston because she doesn't play a sexy position, right? The big position isn't a sexy position. The sexy position is point guard and shooting guard. So you can't say Aaliyah Boston, right? We can honestly be honest and say Zaya Cook is a better player than she is, but Zaya Cook doesn't have her social media following. Not on TikTok, not on Instagram, and not on Twitter. Okay, that's what counts. You can search Zaya Cook name in a search engine and on YouTube, and the views that she garners is nowhere near compared to Paige. Right? So, like Ray Burrell, no, she's injured and she's just not as big as Paige. Right? I mean, Lexi Hall, the Hall sisters. No, I mean, I'm just throwing it out there, just trying to think of someone other than Paige that it would make sense to give this to. And it doesn't. I mean, Fran Belibi can dunk, but Fran Belibi just doesn't put up enough points. She just dunks. Definitely isn't anyone from Arizona. They remind you of the 72 Dolphins, the no-name defense. Okay, an awesome, epic, legendary defense. The 72 Dolphins went undefeated, the only perfect team in NFL history. But they remind me of the Arizona Wildcats, just this no-name team, right? So, I mean, I know they got Sam, but she's not Paige. Okay. Yeah, I mean, even though I'm a Mississippi State fan, it's not Rakia, right? They just don't have that following, man. They just don't have that following. Listen, you can just go through the SEC. It's no one. Right? It's literally no one in the SEC that could compete where there's no one on Baylor. that can do anything with her. I know you're thinking about Nalissa, but again, Nalissa doesn't have the following, and Nalissa doesn't play a sexy position. Okay, so I mean, you could just run through the schools, man. Just run through them all, and it's just not there. Sam Brunel from Notre Dame, beautiful woman, but again, she doesn't play a sexy position, and she doesn't have that following that Paige has. Hell, neither does Azzy Fudd. She doesn't have the following that Paige has. I'm trying to think, people. I'm trying to think. I mean, you can just literally run through all of the top schools, and no one compares. They do not compare. The ones that could compare are in the WNBA now, like Kaiser Gondrezick. You know, she has a huge following, but on YouTube, Kaiser isn't as popular as Paige on YouTube. I'm just saying, like, and neither is she on TikTok. So, man, oh my goodness, people. You can just, like I said, you can run through every single school. You can run through every single school, and no one can compare. No one. Literally no one can compare. And I know you hate to hear that. Some of you will hate to hear that, but it's true. It's true. Okay, the two biggest brands is Tennessee and UConn, and no one on Tennessee compares. Right? And you can go to South Carolina. The only name that stands out is Aaliyah Boston, but she doesn't play a sexy position. Okay? Then you go to Notre Dame. That's another big brand for women's basketball. You got Brunel, and that's it. But she doesn't play a sexy position. And like I said, you can go to Baylor. Nalissa Smith, nope, doesn't have the following. You can go to Kentucky with Ryan Howard. Sexy, because she can play Ryan can play all five positions if we're being honest. So you definitely can make a case for Ryan Howard. But Ryan Howard doesn't have the social media following that Paige has. Gatorade through Paige will reach more people, right? She will reach more people, period. And you could make this about race. You could say, but they're only doing it because she's white. Yeah, but you got a lot of other white female athletes who look way better than Paige Bueckers playing women's basketball. They just don't have her following, right? Cameron Brink, okay, right? I mean, practically almost every white woman outside of Sedona Prince, what is her name? Sydney Parrish, I think, from Oregon. She looks better than Paige. She just doesn't have Paige's following. Okay, so I mean, you could run it down. You could run it down. There's a lot of beautiful white women playing basketball. They just don't have Paige's following. So it's not really necessary. It's not about beauty. I think race plays a little role in it, but not much. Only because if you compare her to Cameron Brink, it's not even close in terms of beauty and marketability. And they're both blonde hair white women, right? But Paige is just more popular than Cameron Brink, right? She's more popular than, I think that's her name, Sydney. She plays for Oregon, and she looks way better than Paige. So now the only case that you can make, honestly, is they probably should have given it to Ryan Howard, because Ryan Howard plays a sexy position. She plays multiple positions. She can score with anyone. She can do it all. And that's the one that they probably should have at least gave a deal to along with Paige. They should have given out 2 deals, and it should have been Paige and Ryan Howard. You could say, well, they should have given out 3 deals and throw Aaliyah Boston in there as well. But Aaliyah just isn't as famous as Paige. She just isn't. And neither is Ryan Howard, right? Neither is Ryan Howard, man. It's just not there. They just don't have it. So Gatorade was like, this is about business. Who's the most popular player in collegiate basketball, male or female? It's Paige Bueckers. Boom. Period. Right? She's gonna, which she did. She put it on Instagram. Lot of views, a lot of likes, a lot of conversation around it. Okay, and you want to know why they wanted her to leave after her freshman year to go to the WNBA? But listen, on Twitter, whenever she tweets something, really it's her and Kaiser Gondrezick. Whenever they tweet something, instant traffic, thousands of people. Okay. Yeah, her TikTok is amazing as well. Okay, YouTube is great, right? So there it is, people. The most popular person in women in collegiate basketball, period, regardless of gender, right? Paige is making moves both on and off the court, becomes Gatorade's first NCAA athlete partner. The first. It's serious, people. Listen, I know it's going to rub some of you the wrong way because you feel that you can make an argument for Ryan Howard. I agree, but based on popularity, it ain't going to happen, people. She's just too popular. Okay, it won't happen. She is just too popular. You could say, Aaliyah Boston, Zaya Cook. Look, they're way better players than she is. Not happening. You can mention Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark does not have the followers that Paige has on any social media platform. And you could say, well, she's a much better player than Paige, right? She has better crossover moves than Paige. She slashes really good. She can shoot threes from the logo. She's an excellent passer, great court vision. She's white. She's not blonde, but she's a Caucasian woman. But check her Instagram compared to Paige's, it's not even close. TikTok, Twitter, you name it. Throw her name in a search engine, and it doesn't compare to Paige's, right? So, yeah, that's it. It's Paige, man. Listen, all you could do now is just hope that if you're against Paige and you don't like her, or you're envious or jealous of her, or whatever, or you think that this is just white privilege and white people looking out for white people, right? What you got to hope for is that South Carolina just destroys them again when they play them again. And then they get bounced out of the tournament before they even make, just hope that they don't even get to the Final Four. And then, you could say, well, yeah, we got Paige. Paige is looking real stupid now, and so is Gatorade. They didn't even make it to the Final Four, So, I guess you have to do it that way and try to get back at her. Or you can just be happy for her that a woman, regardless of race, has become Gatorade's first partner of NCAA. The first, a woman beating out all of these men. And I told you men's basketball is boring, right? Period. The NBA, NCAA, it's just boring. I don't know who could even attempt to watch something like that. I can't do it, people. I only pay attention to the NBA when it's like a closeout game in the finals. or like the team, if the team wins this game, they could just, get back in it. Okay, so now the series is 2-2. Then I might watch that. But, NCAA men's basketball, talk to me when they get to the Elite Eight. The Elite Eight, I'll start paying attention. But women's basketball, I could watch preseason games. It just don't matter to me. Same with the WNBA. I could watch WNBA players practice. I don't care. Women's basketball to me, it's just better than men's basketball The only thing that they're missing is dunks. Dunks and a bunch of freaking circus jelly layups. But that's it. Outside of that, it's just flat out better. Period. Women's collegiate basketball is better than the NBA to me, right? I'm more entertained watching women's collegiate basketball than the NBA. I cannot watch the NBA, people. I can't. Listen, I only deal with the NBA in video games. And I don't even like NBA 2K. I think it's trash. Okay, so I hate 2K. But I only mess with the NBA in video games. Like, seriously. All right, so anyway, that's the end of the video. Congratulations, Paige Bueckers. You have made history. Kamala Harris made history, becoming the first female POTUS ever, even if it was for, not that very long. It doesn't matter. That's still a part of history. And Paige Bueckers has now made history, people, and that's a woman. A woman, people. Congratulate her. Be happy. Ryan Howard, you got to get your followers up. Zaya Cook, Aaliyah Boston, you got to get your followers up. Cameron Brink, Caitlin Clark, you got to get your followers up. It's just that simple. Now Paige is a millionaire now. She's a flat out millionaire. Think about that. A millionaire, people. That's it.